Good evening. How are we doing tonight? It is Sunday, August 24th, and we're going to do an awesome card that is using the technique of heat embossing on glitter paper. Oh yeah, you heard me. So let's get ourselves started. When you join, please say hello so that I know you're here. Lori's here. Yay! All right. So let me move my little tray. And the items that we're going to need tonight will be your card base. That is a 5.5 by 8.5 base. And then, let me move that out of my way. I have an embellishment of a bird. I have a shape, which is where the bird is going to be sitting. I have some gems. I have a piece of glitter paper that is approximately 2.5 by 3 3/4. And then I have a piece of pattern paper that is 2 1/8 by 4 3/4. And then a piece of cardstock that is 2 by 4 1/4. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get these two pieces onto the front of our card, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to start with the pattern paper. Now this pattern paper is from a collection that is called, oh boy, I already forgot the name of it. It came out last year from Stampin Up, and I cannot remember the name of it. I will put it in the description once the video gets moved over to YouTube. I wish I could remember, but I cannot remember the name of it to save my soul. All right, so I am going to place this piece, which was, see, I already forgot. 2 1/8 by 4 3/4. So that is going to be placed over to my left side of my card, and I'm bringing it approximately 1/4 of an inch from that left side. So I'm going to have roughly like not a full half top and bottom. Now this piece, my 2 by 4 1/4, this piece can go like this, and it could go like this, which is actually the way I think I'm going to put it, because then that glitter piece is going to lay on top of both like that. So I am going to put my 2 by 4 1/4 inch piece going horizontal or vertical. I can't remember. Horizontal. There we go. That's how it rolls. Okay, so let's place this. This I am going to put at approximately 1 inch from the bottom, and I'm not going to stick it all the way down because I want to just make sure that it's actually, I'm going to bring it down just a hair. I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. All right, let's see. Oh, much better. So 3/4 from the bottom, 3/4 of an inch. Hi Arlene. Hi Patty. Good evening. Glad that you're here with me. All right, I'm going to move my card base out of my way for right now because I want to show you this way cool technique. So I have a piece of glitter paper, and that was 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. And now I'm going to pull out a stamp. And since that bird, it was kind of a wintry feel, I'm going to go with some snowflakes. So I'm going to do a small one and a medium. Well, it's still on the small side, but 2 small ones. Okay, so I just put those on my block. And the next thing I'm going to need will be my Versamark ink, which is right there. And I do need like an anti-static pouch. And I'm just rubbing that all over my glitter paper, because I don't want the glitter or not the glitter, the embossing powder to stick to everything else. I only want it to stick where I place it. Okay, so that's pretty well covered. All right. Ooh, and then I have a whole pile of that. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to take my Versamark, which is a sticky ink. It is a pigment ink, and you do not need to push real hard into the ink pad. Okay, so I'm going to put one there. And let's see, I think I'll go maybe right there. Nice. I think I do need a little bit of cushion just to make sure. And then I'm going to put another one in. It's very difficult for you to see it. I don't think it's going to show up on camera, only because it's clear. I'm going to put another one over here. And I think I'll go with one more in this far upper corner, and I'm going to let it stamp off. Now I'm going to bring in the little one, and I'm going to kind of fill that in all around those larger ones that we just put. And I'll put one right there. And I need a super tiny one. Let me grab one more block. Okay. Because there's a few like little holes. This is such a fun technique. I didn't think it would work, but it works. It is really cool. Wait till you see how it turns out. So I'm just adding a few of these super tiny ones. School starts tomorrow with the children for me, and Matt is in meetings this week, and then his children come back next week, the following week. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pour embossing powder over all of this. So I pulled out my coffee filter, and I'm using my embossing powder now. And I'm just going to sprinkle over all of this. And it's going to just go into my little coffee filter, and I'll be able to pour that right back into the bottle. Okay. Oh, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh yeah, you can. Woohoo! Look at that. Isn't that neato? All right, I'm just gonna pour this right back into my jar. I'm using silver for this. You could use any color you want. Thanks, Arlene. Just wait till you see the magic. All right, let me move that out of my way. All right. I don't know if I have a set of tweezers up here. Let's see. Because I'm going to heat this up, and it's going to get my fingers all hot too. There we go. There's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to put my tweezers there. Now I'm going to turn on the heat embosser, which looks like this. It's a heat tool. And it's going to melt all of that into the glitter. So it's going to get a little noisy. You're not going to be able to hear me. And there it is. Look at that. You have to make sure you move the heat tool all around so that it doesn't stay in one spot. And then what that would do then would be scorching the embossing powder. We don't want to scorch that. Okay, it is still a little warm, so I'm able to get my paper back to being flat again. All right, let's bring our card back in. And I need adhesive. There it is. Isn't that cool? It's such a cool technique. Okay, so I'm going to set this now. It's going to go right in this. I don't think I really want it right in the center. I think I'm going to move it to the right so that you're still able to see that wood toned paper. And this is going to be at about 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. All right, and with it being heat embossed, it kind of is a little warpy, so you will want to make sure you put a little extra adhesive on to that. So there it is so far. What are we thinking? Are we liking that? I mean, look at how you've got the shine from the embossing powder, or the embossing powder, and then the shine from the glitter paper. Oh, in my opinion, there's never enough shine. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my shape. I'm going to use a hexagon that's about 2.5 inches. So, which that is now going to sit over here with my little bird right there. But I think I want to stamp something here first. So I'm going to move that out of my way. Now I'm bringing in this stamp set here. This will be coming soon. There will be a brand new seasonal book that will start in September. I believe it's September 3rd. And I can't remember if this is an online exclusive or if this is in the catalog. One or the other. Now, there has been some new news where Stampin' Up is going to be getting rid of the cling stamps starting in November. The supplier that they've had will not be making them anymore, and they're becoming too costly, and they really didn't want to then bring that cost back to you, the customer. So they are going back to all photopolymer. Isn't that awesome? It's so good for all of us. All of us close to my heart peeps. I'm going to use the word Noel, and I think Noel will fit right about there. Okay, so look out for all photopolymer stamps. Okay, we need a color for that, and I think I'm going, there's enough blue. I don't think I want any more blue. I'm thinking I might want this, which I believe is pumpkin. believe that's pumpkin. Hi, April. So I'm going to stamp the word Noel. Let's grab a scrap first, just to make sure. Oops, is it just dipped into my ink? Oh yeah, that's good. That is good. Okay, so let's stamp. All right, before I do that, wait, let's first see right where I want my bird. Because he can go off just a hair. Okay, we're gonna go right there. And I'm gonna hold it for a second just to make sure that the ink is getting absorbed into the paper. Perfect. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to adhere our shape down next. And I am going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the side that will be attaching to the sorry, can't talk anymore. That will be going to the glitter paper because regular adhesive is not strong enough. Okay, and I'm going to place that approximately right there. I'm going to hold it for a second just to make sure that the glue gets inside all of that glitter paper. Perfect. And now we are going to put some dimensionals on the back of our bird. All right, scissors. Now I like these little ends. I use it all up, which is so wonderful. All right, I'm gonna cut 1 1/2 even more so I could put it on this little twig right there and on his tail, what I think is his tail. All right, let's pop those off. There we go. It must not be at the right angle. Now next Sunday we will be doing a scrapbook page. It will be a single layout. I will actually be doing Father's Day for my photos. I was going through the closet today and oh boy, I have a bunch of pages that all need to get into books. Okay, I'm going to put my bird like so. Oh, isn't that pretty? All right, now I had pulled out these gems because they're kind of like a bluish, grayish clear, and I didn't know if they would. I don't really think I like those. I'm going to set that there for a second. You let me know what you think. I'm going to bring this up a little higher. What do you think of those gems? Do you think yes? I mean, they're kind of more clear versus blue. So do we think they're okay? Let me see what else I have. Okay, I got something like that. Let's this the same thing? Yes, it is. All right, so do we think yes on those? No orange. No, use orange, or these are fine and not to use orange? What are you thinking there, Patty? Well, I cannot do the gold for the fact that this was silver. Oh, Jeannie's there too. Awesome. Yes, use pumpkin. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really like those. All right, and I think I will use, oh, there's a glitter. All right, do we do the pumpkin glitter or the pumpkin solid? I know where I'm leaning. So glitter or solid is the next question. I'll give you a second to weigh in on that. And while I do that, and wait for you, bring closer. Okay, hold on. Let me bring it a little closer. Like this is a pumpkin glitter, and then this would be a pumpkin solid that's not glittered. Solid. Yep. I think the glitter's too much going on. And we're going to use one big heart. Okay. Well, actually the stars might be I'm going to use the stars. And now a medium one. And then we need a little one. I'm going to kind of go up here with it. There we go. And then my inside, because the outside says Noel, the inside is going to say Tidings of Joy this Christmas season. I kind of want to put it straight on my block. And that is going to be the inside of my card. Lovely. Lovely. And that is our technique for tonight. Kind of cool, huh? That is just, I love how it looks. So like I said, next week we will be doing a scrapbook page, a single. And then I think I have September's decided. I'm not 100% sure. I can't find my book. Oh, there it is. Yes, September has been decided. So September 7th, we will be doing a regular card. September 14th is a fancy fold. September 21st will be another fancy fold called Floating Tent Fold card. And then September 28th will be another layout, but I'm not quite sure what yet because I haven't gotten that far. I'm getting there. Events have been posted for everything that I have designed thus far. So there is a scrapbook class in beginning of October that is posted. The Christmas card workshop, which is also on a Saturday, which I believe is in the middle of October, that has been posted. And then your October, November, and December regular first Thursday of the month card classes, those have been also posted. So there's 5 events at the current moment that are completely open. So if you want, and those also can be mailed to you. The scrapbook one cannot, but all the card classes, the regular Thursday night card class, the first Thursday night, that one can be mailed, and the Christmas card workshop can be mailed. So you just have to let me know, and I will figure out the shipping costs, especially for the Christmas cards, because I'm not sure. It is 20 cards that would be getting mailed to you. So you just need to let me know. And I'm going to say good night for tonight, just because I need to finish getting ready for work tomorrow morning. That alarm clock's going to go off and I'm not going to be ready. So have a super rest of your evening and have a fantastic week this coming week. And I will see you next Sunday at 7 o'clock for Sunday Fun Day. Have a good night.